Good morning. So, brand new recipe gonna try out. It's quick and easy for breakfast. It only requires eggs and potatoes and a corn tortilla. So, my 3-ingredient breakfast. Keep watching to find out what it is. So, gonna try out this recipe on camera. So I got the potatoes here in the container. I am gonna scramble the eggs first. So last time I did a layer of egg at the bottom, got a tortilla in the bowl. That's the first thing. It's the base for whatever I'm doing. So egg tortillas with potatoes, and gonna try something a little bit new. So get these potatoes open, and they are red potatoes. You can get them at the mall, at the food court. So got little onions in them if you want to use them or not. So I scramble the eggs in a coffee mug. So I am going to crack one more and do the same thing. I'm gonna set the fork aside. So put it in the bowl. I'm gonna grab one more egg. Hope everyone is doing well for a Wednesday. Mine is going well so far. So trying out the new recipe that I came up with. I did the first one, came out pretty good. Layer of scrambled egg at the bottom, then potato, then egg on top. This time, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs in a coffee mug, and then I'm gonna pour. I am using a big bowl, not the regular size bowl. So it's a big bowl, so I have plenty of room to work with. So I am gonna grab another egg and crack that up. Cracking a second egg. I am doing it in the coffee mug, so I can just pour into the bowl whenever I'm ready. So did 2 eggs last time, one at the bottom, one at the top. Worked well. This time, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I got 2 eggs in here, so I'm gonna scramble the second one, and then put the potatoes on. Now they're already cooked, so that's good. And they are soft enough to where I can break them in half if I need to. No knife required, unless you want to, but that is optional. So the egg tortilla with potatoes, came up with that on my own. First batch worked pretty well, and the meal is actually shareable if you want to divide it in half. You can use a knife, or you can pretty much break it with your fingers, but I find it easier to cut with a knife. You can do it with a regular knife, much easier. Although you could try a plastic knife if you want, but your choice. So recipe worked out well. Love using leftover potatoes to make something. Nothing goes to waste. But comment below. Has anyone ever tried this? Scrambled eggs with corn tortilla and potatoes? Let me know. It is real good for breakfast. So, just about done scrambling the eggs in the mug. And I will wash the fork and return. Alright, so I got the 2 eggs scrambled, got my tortilla in the bowl, which is the base I'm going to use. I tore the edges so that it's nice and stable. So I am going to pour in the egg that I scrambled. I did 2 of them in a coffee mug, much easier to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and pour. Alright, so I poured in the egg mixture. I'm going to grab the potatoes and I'm going to start putting those in. So I'm going to grab a little bit at a time, using one hand to do this. I am going to just break it in half. Whoops. Made a hole in them. Perfect. So last time I used big potato chunks. This time I'm going to make them a little bit smaller in size. And they are soft enough to where you don't need a knife. Although, if you feel comfortable using a knife, by all means, go ahead and do so. Using one hand to put the potatoes on. So, just reaching in here, grabbing some, well, a little bit of onion. Not necessary, but it's optional. You can use it if you want. So I am breaking the potatoes with one hand and using the other hand to make sure everything is in place. So 2 eggs, little buffer, so everything will stick to the tortilla. And I am double checking, making sure everything is on top. So far, so good. Gonna grab another potato cube, and these are kind of big. Ooh, they smell so good. Love their seasonings. So you can make these ahead of time. Potatoes, just cook them in the oven, skin on. Although, if you don't like the skin, you can peel. No judging here. To each his own. So, breaking the potatoes up. So far, so good. And feeling around the tortilla to make sure I have everything covered. So far, so good. Now, I recommend you use a big bowl for this kind of thing. Do not use a small bowl because it's not going to work too well. If you're using potatoes and egg, when it cooks in the microwave for about 3 minutes, it will expand. So big bowl is always better. So perfect. Feeling around, and best to use your fingers for this. If you want to cut the potatoes up with a knife, by all means, go ahead and do so. This is a really, really easy recipe. My aunt hasn't tried this yet, but I'm going to bring it up next time we chat. This is really, really easy. If you want something a little new, if the same old breakfast meal is a little bit boring, this is one way to go. Potato with egg on a tortilla. So broke the potato up into small chunks. So the cubes are not exactly square, but nonetheless, it is doable to work with. So I got these at the food court at the Glendale Mall. They come with your spaghetti and meatballs when you order them. So these are perfect. Already cooked, so I just have to use them. So far, so good. I am feeling around to make sure I didn't miss anything. And so far, I did not. So I'm going to grab another potato cube from the container. And I'm going to break it into small pieces. Oh, potato peel. That's perfectly fine. I always hear the potato peel. It's got some vitamins in it. So I like to eat that. So I got a little bit more room, so I'm going to add some more on top. So I think I can fit a lot of potatoes on one corn tortilla. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Got 2 eggs for the base layer. So it may look like an omelet, but in reality, not necessarily. But either way, it works. 2 more potatoes going on top. And there we go. So I have pretty much used up everything. Got the peppers and onions in here. I'm not going to worry about it. But this is it. And I am going to do one thing at a time here so I don't make a mess. Close up the container, throw my trash out. So I am going to, just to be on the safe side, crack another extra egg to throw on. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Potatoes are on top, and prep work is almost done. Alright, got the ingredients in one bowl. It's going in the microwave. Got the food cover. So I am gonna do my 3 minutes. And you do have the option to put the extra tortilla on top, but I usually don't, because it's already gonna expand in the microwave when it cooks. So total, the recipe called for 4 eggs, even though I divided it up in half. So 2 eggs at the bottom on top of the tortilla. Add in the potatoes that are already cut. Although feel free to make them smaller if you want. And then additional 2 eggs on top. I scrambled them first, so you just beat it with a fork or an egg beater, whatever you have. And then put it in the microwave where it is now. So that's pretty much it. I will describe the finished product once it comes out. So it's a good breakfast to make ahead of time if you want to do something quick for the morning, like I do. If I don't feel like doing anything too fancy, well, normally I just do a bowl of oatmeal But overall, it works. So I will explain the finished product coming up. Alright, so the finished product. Top looks real good. Texture wise, nice and firm. Very hot. So the potatoes are cooked. Everything is cooked. I feel a little bit of a liquidy texture. I'm gonna pop it in again once it cools. Although it'll firm up on its own. So this is it. A nice, quick breakfast you can make ahead of time. It is shareable, so if you want to divide it amongst whoever's in your house, you can. Give the video a like, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're new, click on the notification bell to stay up to date. Follow me on YouTube, Louise Arellano, or on Facebook, Louise Arellano, both places. If you want to see any more scrambled egg recipes like this one, comment below. If you have any questions about the egg tortilla and potato recipe, comment below. And I'll see you in the next video.